Hello, welcome to Quackalope, and today I'm joined once again with William. We're bringing you a gameplay of It's a Wonderful World by Lucky Duck Games.
I swear I will not start singing the song.
Okay, alright, as long as you don't start singing. I had him make that agreement before we swung into this video.
I had to.
He's been humming it all the way up into this. So I've played this game before. This is the first time you've played it, so I will walk you through a little bit about how you actually play the game. It's pretty straightforward, so if you watch a few minutes into the actual gameplay, you'll get a sense of it. But this is going to be a drafting and production game, so being as efficient as you can be with the cards that you're choosing, the way that you're producing cubes or resources, and how you're generating victory points and future resources is really the core of the game. This is a, lore-wise, city building or great society style game, so we are doing the best we can to either build a business-oriented or a militaristic-oriented civilization and make it the pinnacle of all society. So, it is in fact a wonderful world. It is in fact, but only for one of us. It is in fact a wonderful game, and let's go ahead and swing into it. Now, for reference, we are going to be playing the two-player version of the game, which does change the rules just slightly. It doesn't change the core gameplay, but normally in a 3, 4, or 5-player game, you would be drafting or dealing 7 cards, and those would cycle around the table. In this situation, we're each getting 10 cards into our hand, which means our draft will end with 3 cards that just get straight discarded. It makes sure that we get through this deck a little bit more quickly, gives us a little bit more options.
Yeah. Plus, we don't know exactly what the other player has in their hands.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good. A very good.
20 cards drawn. So, what you will do, William, is you'll look at the cards that are possible for you to select. You will select one, which you will place face down to start here on your board, and then when I'm ready, we will cycle our cards, flip that card face up, and continue with the draft. So, let's see here. And just for reference, so you're curious when it comes to this gameplay and how I actually edit my videos, this game does require a significant amount of thought.
Yeah.
So we will have a few moments where we're more silent, more contemplating what decisions we want to make. All of that will be cleaned up and edited through in the final edit. Just know that, we're going to make this as watchable as possible so you can enjoy and experience the game without us sitting here going, Okay, so you've selected a card. That'll go there next to you. We both go ahead and flip the card that we selected. I picked a lunar base.
I have wind turbines.
And we're going to cycle these over to the other player. And continue until we have 7 total selected cards.
Interesting.
Let's see here. Okay, I've selected one.
I think I have selected mine as well.
All right, go ahead and cycle these over.
Flip them. I've got an espionage.
I took a giant dam. Let's see here.
It did look interesting, but not interesting. Okay.
You've already selected one?
I have.
You're figuring out a strategy you're going for.
I think so.
Okay.
I've got an offshore oil rig.
I took Cities of Gold. Okay.
There you go.
All right. There's yours there. I took Secret Society.
I've got a financial center.
So we have... This is our last card that we're drafting. Keep that in mind. So... Okay. I've taken Garden of Hesperides.
Hesperides.
Okay, I'm taking Garden of Hesperides.
Garden of the Hesperides.
Okay, I'm taking the Garden of the Hesperides.
Okay, and I've got a transportation network.
Okay, you should have 3 cards left in your hand. Those will be discarded.
Discarded, never to be seen again.
Over there. Now, any cards that you have just for resources alone, go ahead and cycle those. So I'm discarding Tank Division, Secret Society, and Cities of Gold.
Okay.
And that'll give me 2 yellow and a gray, which I'm going to go ahead and start playing on one of my production chains here.
Okay. I've decided to get rid of the Ark of the Covenant and Robot Assistance, which is going to give me a blue and a gray. Which I am also going to start playing in places that need to be played into.
Okay. Top of the production round. First, gray. I'm currently generating 2 gray.
I am also generating gray, but I am generating 3.
Okay. You're able to gain one of these blue victory point tokens because you have the most gray being generated.
I do.
I'm adding these gray directly to my giant dam, which is going to go ahead and produce that. So this giant dam will pop up here into the top slot of my civilization.
Okay, so I have been fortunate enough to generate the offshore oil rig with 3 gray and a blue.
Now that actually has an immediate effect as well.
It does. It gives me another one of these dudes.
Yep.
Which is good. And it also will come on over here to generate resources for me in the future.
Yes, it will. So I'd slot that right in top here. Oh, just keep these guys here to the side.
Keeping me in line.
Okay, we're moving on to black. I'm generating 5 black this turn.
I am generating a black.
So I'm going to pull a red military victory point, and I'm going to go ahead and assign a few of these black so they don't cycle into a red immediately.
I have assigned a black to the financial center.
Okay. Now we have green. I produce 1 green.
I produce no green.
Yellow. I produce no yellow.
I produce a yellow.
And blue. I produce no blue.
I also produce no blue.
Okay, we're back up to the top of the round.
Do we take any of the tokens for taking the most?
If you produced green, you would.
So you produced your green.
I produced a green, so I would be able to take one of my military girls, and you produced
a yellow. And
yep.
Neither of us produced a blue.
So.
Okay, that was snappy. I like it. Trying to distract him from his counting.
Well, here's the cool thing. There's a positive and a negative to what you just said. The game can be snappy if you lean into a strategy and you move forward with it. It also has, because of the drafting mechanic, the opportunity for a lot of stagnation if you're trying to overthink and min-max.
That's true.
The thing I can say, though, is the multiple times I've played this game, if I lean into a single strategy, by the end game, by the end of this 4th round, we're on the 2nd round now, I have an engine that I feel like has got up and running by about round 3 and finished the stuff I needed it to finish on round 4. Like, within 4 rounds, I felt like I was able to turn those levers.
Sure.
So, that's not, that's a big deal sometimes. So, let's see here.
So, question.
Tell me about it.
This little icon with a blue treasure chest looking thing.
Yep.
What does that mean?
That is 2 victory points times blue treasure chest
Oh,
icons.
I see. There are icons on the bottom.
Yes.
I see.
I have gone ahead and chosen a card.
I have also chosen a card.
I selected the Icebreaker.
I have a Casino City.
Okay, cool. And we're on to our second draft. There's your cards for you.
Thank you.
I went ahead and selected a museum.
I went ahead and selected virtual reality.
Nice.
And looks like this is going to be the last pull.
Yeah. I'm taking teleportation and discarding the rest of the pile.
I have taken climate control, and I've got discarding the rest of mine.
Okay, anything that you have that just is for scrap,
Yep.
you can go ahead and start cycling that.
Okay, so I have cycled to get 2 black and 2 yellow.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if it is worth it right now for me to go ahead and cycle.
Why would it not be worth it if you've decided on cards that you think you would need?
Well, I'm trying to figure out if I want to try to build one of them or not.
Okay, so
I'm scrapping 3, which will give me 3 blue immediately. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay.
So if I have generated things enough to build something,
You can go ahead and do it.
okay. Built the espionage agency.
All right, go ahead and lock that into the top there.
And we have this final yellow, which is going to go...
You can leave it on your board too, just in case you wanted to use it for a different spot.
Right, but I'm going to use it over here.
Okay. We are now going to go into the generations stage. So, I am producing 2 gray.
I'm producing 3.
That is more than me. I'm going to attach those gray to my submarine, which is going to go ahead and allow me to build it, which will generate me a red. Now make sure you get your blue guy for producing more.
I'm going to attach these to this financial center.
Okay.
Underground city. Sorry.
We are now going to produce black. I'm producing 5 black.
I am producing but 1.
So I'm getting one of these girls. And this will allow me to go ahead and build the icebreaker. So it will snap into the top here. Leave these last 2 black on my board for now. We're going to green.
I produce no green.
I produce a single green, so I can go ahead and take another one of her. Yellow. I produce no yellow.
I produce 2 yellow.
Okay.
Which gets me one of these guys. And I'm building the underground city, which automatically gets me a red.
Nice.
Which I'm going to store here.
And finally, blue. I'm producing 4 blue.
Huh. Aren't you
I assume I
fancy?
You produce 2?
I produce 2.
Okay. That 4 blue is going to allow me to go ahead and build the Bermuda Triangle. That will go ahead and pull a red cube for me. And I'll go ahead and lock these other blue down into this slot.
What are you building over there? Lunar base.
Huh. I'm working on it. Okay,
All right.
That's the end of the round.
We'll move on to round 3.
Cycle up here to the top of the draft.
So when you were first explaining the game to me, you said that it would move pretty quickly, and I had not looked much into it. And then
Sure.
it said 45 minutes, and that generally doesn't seem like a long time for a drafting game. But
Sure.
this definitely works in that time frame.
Well, and we're 2 players that are cycling it fairly quickly as well.
That's
it
also
can
true.
slow down, but yeah, I mean, it's not. Everything is clear enough that if you're able to figure a strategy out, you can kind of go for it, you know?
Yeah.
So, that card's fascinating to me. Okay, I've made mine as well. I'm taking the Fountain of Youth.
Ooh.
What'd you take?
I found a giant tower.
Oh, that's cool.
Found plans for a giant tower, anyway.
Whoa, King Solomon's Vines?
Yeah, right?
Time travel? The artwork on these just ties so well as well.
It really does.
Oh, if I could only make that work. All right. Selected a card.
As have I.
I selected time travel.
I've got a recycling plant.
Okay.
I care about the earth.
Now the trick is getting, how do I get some of these things to chain?
Yeah.
That's the,
I've got an underwater city.
Okay. Go ahead and discard down 2 resources. So I'm getting 2 green, 2 blue right off the bat.
I feel like I'm discarding a lot of things here, but I think it will be worth it. I've got 2 yellow.
And I'm getting another blue
green,
from this one.
a gray, and a blue. Okay, so those are down there. These get discarded. These blue.
Okay, I've started building out my time travel a little bit. I built out the Fountain of Youth a little bit.
I'm building out my giant tower, my mag train, and King Solomon's Mines a little bit. Now, during this phase, can I also take cubes from here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, you
These
can.
cubes come over here to King Solomon's Mines.
All right, we ready for production?
I think we are.
Okay. Starting with gray. I'm producing 2 gray.
I'm producing 5. Oops.
So you're going to get that blue as well.
I am.
Oh, are you attaching those?
I am. We got
figured.
3 here to the financial center. It's a total of 4 and a black. gets me a dude. Another dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then these 2 grays are going to go on the giant tower.
Okay.
Yes. Scratch that. One of them is going to go on the wind turbine to build the wind turbine.
Go ahead and attach this to my airborne laboratory, just so I don't overfill here. We are now producing black, so I'm still producing 5 black. Have you topped me on that yet?
4. No, I have not.
So I'm still pulling my military girl. And I'm going to go ahead and spend a red cube to finish my military base. And then I'm also going to spend one of these black to go ahead and finish my airborne laboratory. And these other guys will pop down here.
I have used my 2 of my black to fill in my casino city.
Okay. All right, we are going to green. I'm producing 3 green.
I produce no green.
So I'm going to pull another red. And I'm going to stick these 3 green right onto this section. Now we're going to yellow. I still produce no yellow.
I'm producing 4.
Nice. I've had a hard time finding yellow cards.
Yeah, because I
that
take
might
them
be
all.
because you've been taking.
We're gonna build this casino city with our pile of gold, money.
Yep.
Hubba hubba hubba. Who do you trust? If you get that reference, comment down below. We get a casino city. We get another dude in the pile here.
Yep.
I'm gonna shift this giant tower down. I'm going to. Let's see, assign the red cube to King Solomon's Mines. No, I don't think so. Sorry.
Hold off on that.
I'm going to hold off on that.
All right, producing blue. I'm producing 5 blue.
I'm only producing 2. Oh, it hurts so much.
So I'm taking another one of those red girls.
So one of those gets assigned to King Solomon's Mines. I'm going to build King Solomon's Mines.
So I am putting 4 of these onto the Fountain of Youth, which is going to go ahead and complete it.
Oof.
So it pops up here. It gives me 3 red immediately.
Holy.
Which attaches to my time traveler.
Holy
which go
moly.
ahead and completes my time traveler as well.
You've played this game before.
See, but this is what I say. Like, when you get to this round, you start being able to connect things.
Yep.
And that connecting the dots feels really like I started with everything in front of me.
Yes.
And now I'm down to a lot of stuff produced. And same thing with you.
Same thing with me. I only have 3 cards sitting here, which are going to start doing stuff in a little bit.
Yeah. So we're back up to the top of the round. We've done produced blue. Let's cycle this one more time.
Yeah.
This is the last round.
Spin that wheel! The wheel of time. The wheel of civilizations.
What's your first impressions so far?
My first impressions is that this is good. I like this. The artwork is nice. Like I said, at 2, it's going really snappy. If you have people who play drafting games all the time, or even if they play deck builders, I think they could get this very easily, and it could also snap.
Sure.
It really depends on who you're playing with, if they know how to play.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So I think this first card up here on the top is going to be the one I'm taking because it just seems so beautiful. Yep. All right, I'm taking Transmutation.
That sounds beautiful. I'm going to take a Harbor Zone.
The art really is very visceral and compelling.
It is.
Each one of these cards, you can see the thing you're developing and how it fits into your city.
A lot of Zeppelins in here.
And it's funny because like this could be a more blank, abstract idea, like, you know, think through what you're doing type of game, and it just doesn't. It just doesn't need to be. So, ooh, that's a cool card. I just don't think I can sacrifice the time to do it. Okay, I'm taking the Financial Center.
I'm taking the World Congress.
Ooh, I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Gonna go ahead and take Blackbeard's Treasure.
I'm gonna take Alexander's Tomb.
Oh, that's the one I was looking at. Are you discarding that one?
Maybe.
Oh,
He's figured out my strategy, folks.
no. Man,
I'm hate drafting just a little bit.
Was that a hate draft?
It was to keep it away from you, but also I do need the resource that's pictured on there.
That's so brutal. That's so mean.
I do need the resource that's pictured on.
I'm going to take the aircraft carrier.
I have taken the National Monument.
Okay.
Which is gonna
You knew that was the one I was talking about too, didn't you?
Not explicitly.
You were just like, oh, interesting. I believe this is our last draft, if I'm correct. So what gets me into that pocket? Any of these would. Taking a tank division. Oh, these guys will be discarded. All right.
And I have drafted a recycling plant. Discarding that.
The question for me
is
how are these going to chain? Because if I'm doing this, I don't need to do this. So I think all of these can be pooled. All right, let's see if I did my math right. That's the game at this point. Go ahead and discard down to whatever you...
So discarding, when we're discarding, can we discard cards that we already have in here, or is it only what we drafted?
Anything.
Anything.
Yep. Okay, so we've made our actions. We're ready to start drawing?
Well, no, I need to make one other decision about what else I'm getting rid of.
Okay.
Because that production doesn't work there, so I think this needs to just be sacrificed, which is...
Whoa, okay.
Dumb, maybe, but...
Oh, that hurts, though. You not utilizing some resources?
Yeah, it does, but hopefully it will...
Pay off. Okay. Starting up here with gray, I'm producing 3 gray.
I'm producing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm forced to turn these into a red. Okay.
So
and you got the blue, yep.
Yep, I've built an offshore oil rig.
Okay. Moving next, we are moving to black. I'm still producing my...
Hold on.
Oh, you're still doing stuff?
Let me make sure I get things where they need to go. Okay.
Okay, moving next, we're moving on to black. So I'm producing the 5 black.
I am also producing 5.
Oh, so no one gets that. That kind of sucks for me.
Well, just a little bit.
But I successfully go ahead and build my Juggernaut.
Oh, jeez.
Which is going to give me 2.
So I have 5...
Oh, not 2 of those. 2 of these.
I have 5 cubes here, which are going to turn into a red.
You have a forced red?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's okay, because it builds my giant tower now.
Nice. Okay.
Builds my giant tower. I need to pay a dude to build my giant tower.
Yep. We're moving down to green. I produce 3 green.
I still produce no green.
No, I produce 4 green. Perfect. I was wondering, I was like, 3, that's not what my mouth said. Okay, 3 goes in there, 3 goes in here. That's going to go ahead and produce my transmutation, which is going to give me 1 red cube, which slots into the bottom here, and gets my production all lined up for the last 2 rounds of this.
Okay.
Moving on to yellow.
Do you produce any yellow yet?
I produce 3 yellow, because I just constructed transmutation.
Interesting.
Which is going to finish my lunar base. So that pops up in here, giving me 2 more of these girls. Now, what do you produce?
I produce...
Like 16 yellow?
13.
Holy cow. No wonder you have a pile of things that need yellow to build. Ooh, and that World Congress, that's going to be bad for me.
A little bit.
Because that's going to score you 15 immediately, plus whatever else you're able to construct.
Well, it's not going to score 15, well...
End game, right now you've got 15 worth points on it. And if you're able to get those last 2 out, That's going to go up to a 25-point card.
If I've done my math correctly, which let's see if I have. Now that builds that. I do have to sacrifice dudes, but I'm going to sacrifice one because I did not take one for these yellow cubes yet. So these yellow cubes, come on over here. We've built the World Congress.
Nice.
We have built the National Monument.
Yep. Good job. You see what I mean? Now you're starting to feel how it's finishing well, right?
Yes. And then 4, builds the Harbor Zone.
Holy cow.
All of them were able to
Good turn.
And I get 2 dudes for building the Harbor Zone.
Nah, you're not going to pull that gray, though.
I am not, but that was it was a worthwhile sacrifice, I feel.
Pulling down here to blue, I pull 7 blue total, but I really only need 1 to go ahead and build the Garden of Hepsodides.
So you've built all your cards.
I have built all my cards, and I had an excess to leave some over here. I think I probably could have built a whole nother card if you hadn't stolen that blue from me. I would have been able to figure that out, because look at the pile I have.
No, you have a pile.
So that's end game.
That's the end of the game.
So before we do victory points,
sure.
What's your impressions? This is the first time you've played it.
This is the first time I played it. We were both at PAX Unplugged, and we walked by Lucky Duck's booth several times.
Yep.
And this was the one out of all their games, their newest games, that definitely spoke to me. Just the art on these cards is the same as the art on the box, and it just looks evocative. And with a name like It's a Wonderful World, it makes you wonder, what is this game about?
And I kind of like, for me, I think back to like Atlas Shrugged or BioShock, the dystopian-esque.
Yes.
You know, the phrase, it's a wonderful world.
Yes.
And then you're thinking of what goes into building these societies we've just constructed.
It's not always a wonderful world.
It's not quite as nice.
No. Especially when the 2 faces that you have are a general or a financier.
Yeah. Yeah. Military or business. Both as cutthroat as possible, just to get production up and running. Yeah. It really is an evocative game.
I agree.
Let's go ahead and score this. So I've got a Q for Quackalope, got a W for William. So start with your base victory points down the side here.
Oh.
So no modifiers, nothing like that. Just whatever those numbers are. So end scores.
Wow.
You pulled a 71 versus 62 for the Quackalope. Can I have Jan back?
You can have Jan back anytime. In fact, we can call him after this and tell him to get over here so you can stop losing.
Good job. I mean, and the fact that you were able to pull a victory.
Yeah, it just shows how intuitive this game actually can be. Don't be scared off by drafting. That's one of those things that non-gamers can get a little bit scared of. Like
this is one of the friendliest drafting games I've played.
It most certainly is.
And it gets crunchy. Round 3 and 4 gets super crunchy.
It does. And
it feels good. It's just the right amount of crunch, right?
It tickles the right part of your brain.
Yeah. But it never becomes so overwhelming that I shut down or that I don't have a path forward.
I agree.
And I probably had 10 wasted resources at the end. If I could build one more card with those resources,
one I stole from you, right?
The one you stole from me could have honestly been the difference between this game and not. So, like, efficiency matters in this game, and I like that. And I like that you being a new gamer, still a hardcore gamer, still someone that's familiar with these systems, but you're a new gamer that's able to enter this space and compete.
That's true. That's true. I would argue with you saying that I'm a new gamer, but new to this game.
No, I said you're a hardcore gamer.
Okay.
But you're a new gamer when it comes to this.
That is true.
Yes.
New to this game.
Yep. Whatever the case. If you've made it to this point, hopefully you've enjoyed the banter back and forth. You've enjoyed the gameplay. You've got a chance to see what It's a Wonderful World is all about.
It is a wonderful world.
It's a cool game. It is a wonderful world. Thanks for joining us. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. We produce new videos every single week. Gameplay, unboxings, reviews, a whole arsenal of content. So if you've enjoyed this, there's more on the way and more that you can check out. We've got a lineup of like 110 or 120 videos at this point. So
it's a big lineup. It's a big lineup and a wonderful
way to be excited about it, William. How dare you. Thank you for being here. Whatever you do, though, remember to do the important thing. Get out and play some games. We'll see you next time. Thank you.